time moves forward, the universe grows smaller and smaller. Oceans become lakes and cities a dot on a map. Borders are fences and countries are neighbors. Planets are vacation getaways. After a couple drinks, my father would say, the world has gotten too small, and there's no room left in it for me. As a child, this idea seemed absurd. The world felt too big to even comprehend, filled with the unknown. But now, trapped inside this cargo ship, and watching the stars pass by the portholes, things are starting to feel real small. Man, I hate space.
I've seen some fishy things in my time.
Coffin?
Yes, that's...
Oh, that. That's the charging station for my...
Well, brevity is king around.
Basically, I was in an accident a few years back. Really, gummed up the works. Well, the suit needs power, and I need the suit. So, hence the coffin.
Thanks for the life story. Well, new for you.
Yeah, thanks, welcome to Space Station. His outfit's so...
You must be Mr. Edward Locke.
A mechanical engineer.
Well, here on 52, we wear a lot of hats.
Don't you bother about me. I'll do my job.
Well, that's good to hear, because my friend over there is having some trouble with his equipment. Actually, I have a bigger job for you. But finish up helping...
Your friend, my favor? Why not? Hey, heard you were having some trouble. Yeah, I can relate. But maybe I can help you out. Not wrong about that. My... Trusty old tools. Now let's see what we have here. Yeah, no sweat. All right.
Good news. It's nice to have a repairman around.
Well, aren't I the lucky repairman? I can't imagine why the last guy would leave such a...
I like you.
Well, I don't fancy myself much of a swimmer.
Yeah, I'll bet you sink like a stone with that guy.
I watched the dockmaster and his boat disappear into the fog haunting the lake. solar panel appears a bit old and it's so fresh and so clean. I could tie this into something. Some spare parts are ditched here. Some spare parts are... An old excavator bot. It's been... The battery looks like a boxer after 12 rounds. I gotta power up the battery. Let's see how this goes. Some of the cells are damaged, but should provide some power now. The battery only has enough charge to power up one module at a time. Well, let's get ready to... Look at that. Yeah, it actually worked. Took some doing, but I got it. Barrels moved. Time to break out the old tool. Barrels moved. Time to break out the... Now let's see what we got. They installed an anti-tampering device. Unfortunately, I don't have the key to unlock it. If I remember correctly, I can bypass it by turning the dials so the squares and triangles are opposite each other on all four sides of all four dials. The top left dial appears to already be in the correct position. Cold. The first thing I felt in consciousness. Waking up in a morgue has to be one of the more surreal moments in my life. Felt like some undead monster in a horror movie.
Hey, look at that. Rise and shine. Sheriff said you need to see the doc immediately when you wake up. He doesn't want any more bodies to pile up today. And it breaks my sweet little heart that I can't answer them. So go.
What's with these people? Oh, my head. Great, now I'm seeing things. Maybe I should see the doc.
Please step onto the scanner to begin your examination. Engaging bedside mat. Did you hear the news? A group of prisoners. The police said to be on the lookout for hardened criminals. Ha ha.
Wow, that just happened.
Scanner failure. No living organic material was detected.
Suit must be interfering with the scanner again. I had trouble with this in the past. An earthquake on a space station? That seems a bit odd to say. The quake must have broken the dock, and who knows what else. I should check on the dock before I leave. Doesn't look too bad, just a couple blown fuses. I'll need to find some replacements. A dangerous object to shove.
Glad to see you woke up. It saves us the time.
Heartwarming. Your deputy wasn't very
Seems you discovered the body of Orky Baxter and then fainted. The doc must have found.
How did he die? Accident? So he
Look, new guy. Things are done as.
It just makes no sense.
We're not going to discuss this further. You'll need a.
I see my tools are behind you.
Sorry, have to hold on to those.
I thought.
Rattling bones? I suppose it would be.
Guess I'll be going.
See you.
An accident? Who is he kidding? The lunchbox has something rattling around. A single rubber. The spring is still attached pretty good. The scalpel isn't designed to cut. The label reads son.
Yeah. Oui, Fnazur.
I'll need to find a way to. Hopefully she won't notice these are missing. The label reads caution. Jar with a heart in it. Alright, just turn your head and cough. I need to match the colors of the wheels on the right to the fuse boxes on the left. fuse looks blown. I should replace it. And that's the last one. Back up and running. Laser bone. Well, that's done it. But the bone saw's out of juice. It's been pillaged of most of its supplies, but a couple items are left. Let's hope I don't get caught doing this. Looks like the sleeping gas was just too much for this. My dad dragged me. According to the medical examiner's report, this is Oakley Baxter, mechanical engineer. I was sent to. The report states he died from blunt force trauma and brain hemorrhaging. It says the key was inserted into his head wound once rendered unconscious and causing further brain damage. His other wounds were all ticket book. Technically, enforcing violations isn't part of the job, but he seems to have taken it on himself to keep things in check. Only one page left in the book. Must have. Oakley's head wound. He was hit hard and precise enough to crack open the skull. The bruising looks pretty precise, like they were able to open the skull. The key that was placed into his wound. You never see keys like this anymore. Must be decades old. I am having the weirdest day.
Organic material detected, no heartbeat registered, dangerously low temperature identified, initiating emergency thermal procedure. Initiating emergency shock resuscitation procedure. Error, insufficient power, battery damaged, new battery ordered, arriving in 2 to 3 weeks.
At least I can get rid of my frozen friend now.
Engaging bedside manner protocol. I tried to get a reservation at the library, but they were all booked up. Ha ha, ha ha.
I have no words. All thawed out. You, sure about
Organic material. The subject is within acceptable physical parameters. Your health status has been updated. You may return back to work. Have a good day, and please take your doctor's note.
If the doc says you're good to go, then you're good to leave.
The rain fell right on cue as I stepped out of the doctor's office. A few minutes later, lost, I wandered into some forgotten alley. Just as I was ready to give up and turn back, a figure appeared in the fog. Like an apparition calling to me, I followed it into the mist. As the haze cleared, I found myself standing in front of the old local museum. Propelled forward, I stepped through the doors. I followed the dark and enticing figure to the local museum. Its neglect over the preceding years had I fretted the gentle rapping of the rain. Perhaps it was my sense of duty, or I rifled through the box for a time and find a battery. The plaque reads, "Encased in this exhibit is Lucky." I'd postulate the name Lucky is meant to be ironic. I might be able to disrupt the gravity field with an electromagnet. Why is that so satisfying? They hate this.
How am I? Oh! You startled me.
You make it a habit of lurking alone, and besides, aren't you the dame that was outside giving me the runaround?
Are you deriving the notion that I don't merit?
Just because you're easy on the eyes doesn't mean you're worth the trouble.
If you keep staring, stranger, I may start charging you.
The reporter? As in the one reporter? Couldn't really say. Just got here myself.
Edward Locke. I'm aware.
How did you...
I'm the reporter. It's my business to know.
I'm investigating the murder of my predecessor.
Baxter. Yes, that would make the two of us.
Bigger than murder?
Pittances, kitten. Pittances.
What are you getting at, doll?
Well, I need to get at the information on this map display. But the console needs power first. If you can get...
Sounds like a square deal.
So, you'll need to gain access to the electrical closet behind me. Then route...
Consider it done.
There's very little I don't consider. It's my...
Job. Yeah, I get it. Expensive looking vase. Normally I wouldn't... Look at this old thing. My father had... Someone must have been stashing their... Another battery. Look. Box cutter. Whoa, not keen on that idea. Gonna have to put an egg in his shoe so he can beat it. Feels unfit to be doing this. The taxidermy skin is thick. I managed to open it, but destroyed the box cutter. Looks like that took the piss out of him. Literally. Shouldn't need this speaker anymore. Now I really need a shower. But that did the trick. Took the grime right off. Tell from the fossil. It looks like a lack of attention. Well, it loosed the battery from the rock. Bingo. Unlocked. Hey, an old-fashioned BLS chip. Some spare copper wire. I have to route each sequence one at a time and in numerical order to get the power back up. The energy is insufficient to operate this whole place. But if I route the power, pretty sure I saw 3 junction boxes in the... Now that's... The plaque reads, in case I'd possibly the anti-grav device, I might be able to disrupt the gravity field with an electromagnet. For that, I'd require steel, copper wire, and a power. Those are called... The renewed light... Collision cracked the base just enough to get the anti-grav device free. Miracle. And I think I've... Well, that worked. Surprise. I watched the light on the anti-gravity generator flicker its last. Turns out, dropping a 300-pound exhibit on a piece of technology... Console for the map display. Let's power it up.
Okay, enter these coordinates for me. Just as I thought. These localized earthquakes aren't random.
What do you mean?
Someone is targeting specific systems with the quakes.
Looks like someone is taking out failsafe systems. But why? Not exactly a high priority.
Like I said, Ed, there is much more going on around here than just murder.
What was that?
Sounds like it came from the electrical closet.
Let me check it out. Well, this wasn't open when I left it. Ed, don't jump down the scary dark hole. Ah, crap. The cold air cut through my clothes the oppressive darkness begged me to turn back. But I felt propelled forward, like I'd been magneted. I'm sure I've had better ideas. father once said, sometimes you have to brave the darkness to find the light. He's a rotten son of a gun, but sometimes he gives good advice. Whoever the drain jumper was that escaped down here had no problem navigating the dark. The device appears to deliver a concussive sound, an inscription scratched onto the... I sincerely hope whoever devised this weapon is long gone. The cooking... It's difficult to describe. I certainly hope they're actually... The MCPs manage a variety of systems around the station. You come here often? How's it hanging? You know, 'cause you're, hang... What's the buzz? Wait, I'm forgetting something. I was able to do some research on this place before. I think I need to say a phrase to activate the bot's interface. What does MCP stand for again? Master Control Program.
Welcome, user.
There is very little air running through the pipe. Here's a great idea. Let's use a death ray, made by a madman that was slapped together with spare parts. I'm sure this will end really well. Well, the door's gone. And so is the device. Always hated these things, like a flying coffin. I'll need to fix the crack and sleuth out where the last shuttle went before I can leave. Master Control Program.
Welcome, user.
Last destination, 0385J. I need to match the sign on the wall to one of the three on the floor. Then I should be able to stop the power from chirping at me. Master Control Program.
Welcome, user.
Just your standard mug. I could cover the vent with a towel, but the air... and I thought they smelled bad before. Well, the creature that made the nest is still here, but I am mad. I'm sure that will hold. Probably. The rain was falling like needles, chilling my blood. But I'm hot on the trail of a killer, and it's warming me up. My father always said the truth is a moving target. I never knew what he meant by that. What kind of fool throws away a good pair of pliers? Looks to be a sort of handle. Fancy ice pick, I think. Gonna have to sort out that steam before I can move forward. Hey, an old T17 cleaner bot. It's in pretty good shape considering it's old. There's a battery here, but it's dead. Missing some gizmos. Cleaning brushes, one ocular lens, liquid cleaner, and a charged battery. An old broken tube, same model from when I was a kid. More than once I've found myself in trouble with a BB gun in hand. Oh, must have hit my head harder than I thought. Keep it together, you. Well, this thing has more kinks than my ex. There's nothing for the pliers to get any purchase on. Once upon a time, this space station represented living the Apex Noir. Darn good coffee. Cover came off with a satisfying ping as like a shell casing hitting the ground on one of the newly bare inner workings reveal a bypass. If I can find a metal bar, the steam hissed into stain as its life faded. My path clear, I took no small amount. It's a coin of some kind. Some sort of coin. Take a gander at that. An old buccaneer sword. Some heavy sail canvas. It doesn't appear to do anything at the moment. Take a gander at that. You don't have to be a flatfoot to figure out these quakes are getting worse. The rumble appears to have jammed. I'd be annoyed if it wasn't technically my job. The rumble must have shook the sword loose. This brings you back to those old swashbuckling films I'd watched with my brother. Took some work with that somewhat dull sword, but eventually the canvas gave away, revealing a panel beneath it. The panel's bolts appear ragged and stripped from repeated use. Well, look at that, a scan droid. Wait, did it say negative reinforcement? All that aside, the scan droid should help me find the nodes hidden in this room. It doesn't appear to do anything at the moment. You're a couple cents short of it. An aperture on top of the device cracked open. So long, you odd little scandroid. I need to find the proper object to place inside the aperture. Sword locked in place within the aperture, and bingo, elevator reset. You absolutely aren't going to find any of that as standard procedure. Somebody left behind a matchbook. Only a single match left. Another coin, it seems.
Oh, you? You need to have super hero. You will have to go to a hero. Now you do a call. You will not be hero. You will have. Now you will have super hero.
What's with the shucked fellow in the corner? I'm beginning to recollect you lot have a real drinking problem. Nice chatting with you. I'll see what I can do about that bottle.
Welcome, stranger. What you buying?
Hey, buddy. Looking for info.
Well, everything is for sale around here.
This your establishment?
Yes, sir. For 30 years, I've been helping the denizens of this space station drown their trouble.
So you probably know an Oakley Baxter.
Oakley, let me guess. You want to know about his murder?
How did you know it was a murder?
It's my job to know what's going on around here.
I thought your job was drowning troubles.
One of many jobs. I have many hands and many jars. As you can see, you seem like you need some info, and maybe I could help you with that. But first, you gotta do me a favor. You sort out my bathroom, and I'll get you the info you want.
Do I look like a janitor to you?
You look like a sturdy and resourceful sort. Also, this isn't your common plumbing problem.
Strange request, but I guess I'm getting used to it. Find a body, solve a murder, clean a bathroom. Sure, why not? Why is it so dark in here? Where's the switch? Oh, that smell. Come on, my only pair of shoes. What am I standing in? Is it just me, or is the bathroom breathing? And I'm out. What in the 4 galaxies was that? What are you trying to pull? You trying to end me?
So you met our little friend. It's a Jagdax. They are these grimy creatures.
Yeah, my shoes are familiar. What am I supposed to do about it?
Hey, that's your problem, stranger. If you want your info,
With no badge to flash, I guess I'm at a loss. I'll need to figure something out. The camera is frozen in the ice. Too bad I don't have something like a... The warmth of the fire bathed me in the cold. A nice reprieve from the frigid air. Now with the camera in hand, I can clearly see it's broken. The lens is still in good shape and could be used. How many of these are there? pink strawberry cloud. That's his favorite drink? Well, that's just embarrassing. Death Rattle Moonshine. Judging from the smell, it's either a drink or wood varnish. I bet this could be a great liquid cleaner substitute for the cleaner bot. Here's your, bottle. I didn't say anything.
It's coming to you.
Sure.
Not a book about that here to be.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
No, I'm good. You know, the more you talk, the worse it gets, right?
Yeah, that was similar. Yeah, that.
With pleasure. I could see some use for that mop, but he's got quite the squeeze on it. The flyer reads, Rat Boat, seeking new ultra-rad bass player to help take music to the heights of awesomeness and rock and roll. Anyone named Steve need not... Well, they certainly have no shortage of self-confidence and cap-snapping for this Steve fella. A notice for a series of code violations against the drowning sailor. It's signed Oakley Baxter, and that's the victim's name. Safe to say the barkeep has had his run-ins. A front page of the local paper, the 52 Gazette. Headline reads, The Drowning Sailor, Center of 52 Smug. Guess the barkeep has no quarrel with the headline, if he has it proudly displayed up in his tavern. It looks to be an old psychedelic art show flyer, premiering the work of a local artist named Mona Moonbeam. Moonbeam, huh? Looks like it was a real crack-up. Requires 5 coins to play the jukebox. Unbelievable. That actually worked. Feel my hair stand up when the jellies unleashed their full wrath. The flickering light saturated the tunnel, and then, strangely, I was overwhelmed by a sense of deja vu. All parts acquired. Now you're all better. Yeesh, these pockets are surprisingly spacious. All right, buddy, do your worst. Yeah, let him have it. I'd call that sorted. The bathroom is incredible. A monumental work of art. Oh well, I should go talk to the barkeep now. The Jagdax has been
All right. Don't let it be said I'm not a man of my...
So you could say your relationship was tumultuous.
He was always writing me up for citations. Seems he had a real axe to grind and,
So it would be beneficial for you if he, let's say, up and disappeared.
with our sham of a sheriff? Nah, really a minor in... Look, you wanna know how I didn't kill him? You found the...
Right.
But to show you I'm a nice guy, here's a little tip. There's a small island hidden in the fog of Goldwater Lake. You may...
And why just grant me this information?
Honestly, I can't really say.
Guess we'll find out.
One last thing. Careful asking questions. Sometimes the answers, don't want to be found.
A cool fog was rolling in over the lake water. Shafts of light punctured the mist like fingers shoved through a plastic bag. Like everything else here, the sunlight was artificial. A series of gears, wires, and gadgets ran this place. If you listen closely, you can hear their hum. Like some subtle dirge of life it pretends to be. Blowers like these are used to create that beach. Maybe it's a fan of getting a tan. Oh, these units have their own power supply. It appears it's missing a fuse.
Well, hello there. Mr. Edward Locke, I presume.
Everywhere I go, people seem to know me before I know them.
We rarely get visitors, so you're the talk of the town.
Not sure if that's a good or bad thing.
I hear you've been helping fix things all over. Maybe you can help out a poor fisherman and fix my display.
If I do, can you answer some questions for me?
Oh, yes. I've also heard you've been poking around. I'll even give you access to my private beach.
Sounds like a deal, I think. Looks to be small pins given away.
Those are mainly for children.
Wow, judgy. The display looks well kept. I could probably get it running again. The drawer slid open and I found a pry bar inside. Lemons. These are quite a delicacy and worth a pretty penny. I remember reading about them. They're indigenous. They won't miss one. I don't know what that thing is, and I don't want to... That motor could be handy to get to the island. I'll need to use the crane to acquire it. Also, I gotta find a way to cross the water without taking a swim with whatever's in there. It seems upset. It's a fuse that's still in decent shape. Doesn't appear that it's needed for the crane. Yeah, not good.
If it isn't the old grave.
Hello again. I'd like to ask you some questions about a certain hidden island.
Not so fast, boy. I may answer your questions, but I'll need something from...
Sounds about right.
See, the chest here contains something of great importance to me. Maybe.
What? Why do you need me for that?
The locking mechanism seems jammed with rust. Everything Besides, I've forgotten the combination of the lock.
Alright, I pop the lock and you give me the info. A makeshift label has been pasted. The barkeep and the dockmaster must be working together as part. Strange combo. A rope and some... A salty winch. Let's give this a shot. Rust's gone. Rust is finished, but figuring out... The ropes are in place, but the bot is too heavy to tighten them by hand. I can access the breaker box now, and the bot lost an arm in the process. Powered up. I should be able to open the hatch now. It's quite the display. I see why I missed it.
Thanks for your help, dear boy. Let me open the door. Ask your questions if you must.
This place is looking pretty bare.
Dear boy, there was no need to restock anymore.
Is this your bait shop?
Yes. A little gift to myself.
You seem a bit young to be retired.
I was very fortunate in my previous life.
Did you know Oakley Baxter?
I know of him, but only by reputation. In fact, dear boy, I believe I'm done speaking now.
Yeah, be seeing ya, I guess. Well, that was mostly pointless. What a wonderful smell I've just... It's a bucket full of fish of questionable freshness. Just some old junk. I don't know what this thing is. There we are. Looks like it could be the key for the crane. This should do it. I hope that plank isn't too important to some vessel. I should be able to utilize this to cross that gap on the pier. Looks sturdy enough. Now that the crane's lowered, I need to venture out to the motor to hook it up. I think you've gone bad. There are some coins inside the bottle. The viewfinder snapped and spit out a photo of some nearby rocks. Rust. Strange. The only thing in the box is a creepy little... Here's your... well, I'm not sure what it is exactly.
It's the last thing my mama gave me before she devoured my father, and...
That explains a lot, actually. Oh.
It is more like a large lake, really, than the sea.
Yeah.
Didn't you have some questions about it?
What can you tell me about this mysterious island?
Well, I can tell you very few people even know it exists. And I'm sure the proprietor would like to keep it that way.
Seems like you have quite the,
What? Are you going to pick up that mantle now?
I'm gonna wager a wild guess that you've had your run-ins with Oakley Baxter.
Well, of course I have. That man left splinters under the skin of everyone he met.
Did he ever give you any, gup about your little, treasure trove here?
He certainly tried, but not much you could do about it. Some individuals never know their place.
Never. How long have you been on 50?
Actually, I'm new to these parts, but I feel like I fit right in.
See you around. I should throw the fish next. I should throw the fish next to the creature to see if it will move. I should throw. Fed him up a buffet. Those are devil's teeth. Even though they appear like rocks, they're actually alive and secrete poison. Let's be careful now. Now I have a bucket full of poison fish. I better not chance it. I hope they don't return anytime soon. Well, that's the motor taken care of. Time to try my sea legs. Would you look at that? When traveling to a mysterious island in the heart of a perpetual veil of fog, the last thing I suspected to find was a quaint little house. There's something soothing yet lonely about this place. No man is an island, they say. Sure. If that makes... Ugh, not again. I'm losing it.
Sure. Just come in without knocking.
Sorry about that, miss.
Miss, do I really look that old? I long for the days when I was someone's doll.
Ah, you're the one whose artwork I've seen all over this space station.
Well, a body of work 400 years old will do that for you.
400 years?
I haven't always looked or sounded like this. I once had a body that would turn.
So how do you find yourself sporting this, still figure?
My entire life I've been striving to produce the perfect piece of art. I grew older and realized it wasn't going to happen in one lifetime. I came here while 52 was being built, and I have been here ever since. One day I will emerge with the perfect piece.
Could I, bend your ear for a bit? I'm investigating the death of Oakley Baxter.
Oakley? Well, I may know a thing or two.
But
But could a strapping young gentleman such as yourself...
some mutual back-scratching. Again.
Your arrival has got me inspired to work on something new. But I need your assistance. First things first, how about you get my tomb spun up for me? The darn thing stopped working on me the other day. I've never really been technologically inclined. And I didn't... Once you've gotten that taken care of, come speak to me, and I'll let you know what I... Next, I need you to open my supply closet for me. I accidentally shut it the other day, and it's been so long since I've unlocked it.
How am I supposed to know your lost combination?
You're a bright boy. I'm sure you can manage it.
The plaque reads, name, bedrock. Medium, The plaque reads, name, gentleman octopus. Medium, terracotta. Year, well, this is a creepy find. I wonder why it's the only one covered in a sheet. The plaque on this sculpture is different from the others. It simply reads, Death holds the keys.
Now, would you be a mensch and gather some supplies for me? First, I'm feeling nostalgic. How about a vase similar to the oldest sculpture I have sitting around my house? Most of them have been sold and shipped off elsewhere, but there are a select few I couldn't. Yes, that is exactly what I'm looking for. Second, I need a tool with more than 2 points and at least one curved blade. But you'll also need a straight edge. Yes, that will serve well for what I'm... Yes, that is exactly what I'm looking for. Third, let's mix the old with the new and use the medium for my most... Yes, that is exactly what I'm looking for. Fourth, the color. How about something befitting a gentleman such as yourself? Yes, that is exactly what I'm looking for. That should be everything. Ask away.
I've seen yours.
Well, I was one of the very first to step foot on this station. I guess this station is just as much a part of me.
Did you know Oakley Bat?
Oh yes, what a sweet soul he had. And a real lover of the arts.
Do you think this piece could be the one? Your perfect piece?
Can't be sure yet. Eventually, the sculpture will tell me what it wants to be. You can't force it. I'm sorry, but I really must get to work while the inspiration is striking.
Oh, of course. The only problem is I don't know where to go next.
The reporter works out of the old lighthouse. Why don't you take your boat over to her? I'm sure she can help. Good luck, Edward.
The outboard motor turned its final rotation as I coasted the last few feet to the shore. Bon voyage, I thought to myself as the small craft floated back out into the water. No worries, though. I knew I could reach the rest of the space station by land from the lighthouse. A nebularian gravewood tree has wrapped itself around the lighthouse. Gravewoods are named as such because they grow almost exclusively in cemeteries on Nebular. What one was doing on this space station clutching to this lighthouse was anyone's guess. A barrel of Neuroblight? This stuff has been banned for decades. I'm sure nothing could go wrong with me. It's a plaque commemorating the lighthouse and its construction. Judging from this, the building was... The plaque is bolted to the rock. And a fire extinguisher with a hose attached. A handful of water. That's done it. That childhood baseball camp fun. You're a couple cents. Let's see if this works. Wow. A screwdriver, how practical. The toolbox is empty. I'm guessing pill. Something fell out of the vent. A rigid instant furniture pill. I've never seen one in real life. Just add water and boom! Instant furniture. At least that's what the commercial said. Chemicals are in place, and I need something to connect the barrel to the Atmos system. The hose is connected up, but needs some way to secure it. Only have enough of the chemical for one shot at this. Wouldn't want the... Everything's ready to go, just need to activate the atmosphere controller. But first I have to make sure the elevator shaft vent is the only one open. I doubt I'll have enough chemical left to cover more than just the shaft. You're a couple... The removed bolts are in such bad shape they're... The elevator door is jammed with a gap at the bottom, and won't... The door protested with a loud grind, but eventually gave way. The elevator revealed behind it felt ominous. My knees nearly caved in as the elevator came to a violent and abrupt halt before reaching the second floor. I managed to pry open the doors and discovered our root problem. It's a crawler drone. The drone is infamous for its spying abilities. Water is leaking down from the emergency. Well, how about that? Worked as the commercial said. Now I... Well, there's your problem. I'm gonna need to find a way to clear these roots before I can continue. Just need to clear it enough to climb the ladder in the shaft. It would take all day to cut through. Maybe I can use the... I'll have to make sure... Let's see if I can use this guy to close the vent. I'll program it into the autopilot. Looks like I can manually control the bot to find the vent. The second floor vent is shut now, but I lost a bot in the process. Hold on to your hindquarters. Looks like it worked as planned. Let's go see the damage. All done with that. It's the high-powered telescope I saw outside. No way I'm using it. I already feel like a peeping. An ancient printing press. It looks like the reporter likes to do things the old-fashioned way. Cabinet's locked. Back issues of the Gazette. More copies than people. Hey, I found the key. No, not her too. Judging by her state, she's been dead for days. That's not possible. I was just talking to this dame hours ago. What am I seeing?
I can do it. I can save him.
Mom?
What you're doing is wrong. You have to stop.
Dad?
I've already lost one son. I'm not going to lose another.
They are gone. We have to let them go. Let them rest. We will see them again.
You know I don't believe that. Besides, he's not gone. He's right here. Look at him.
I am looking, and that's the problem. You've created a monster. This is not my son. How's he supposed to live the rest of his life this way?
I'm working on that now. That's why I asked you to come here. I'm creating a suit.
A suit?
Yes. We will tell him that he must never take it off. If he does, then he'll die from the injuries in the train crash.
You want me to lie to him for the rest of our lives?
He'll never have to know. He can be happy. We can be a family. Please tell me you'll do this.
What you're doing is wrong.
Please. I mean, it's already done.
Fine, but you're still wrong. We won't be a family after this. It'll never be the same. He will never be the same.
But I won't lose him.
Hello, Ed.
What's happening? What did I just see? What are my parents talking about? You're dead. How are you here?
I'm sorry I couldn't tell you before. But I think you're ready now.
Ready for what?
I think you already know. Just remove your helmet and you will see.
I can't remove my helmet. I'll die.
Please trust me, Edward. I promise you'll be fine. See, there is no one else quite like you.
What? No one else is a monstrous freak?
No, Ed. You're not like anyone else because you're... It's hard to explain. You're half dead and half alive. That's how you're able to speak to me now, and how you've seen the things you've seen.
I don't understand.
Did you see the bodies? The bodies in the sea cave? Did you see their spirits reaching out to you?
Yeah, I guess they're trying to upgrade me to full dead.
They weren't trying to harm you. Their voices have been drowned under the water for so long. They need your help, Edward. That's why you're special. You can hear the voices of the forgotten and still do something about it.
What can I do? I'm just a repairman.
Mechanical engineer. And you know what you need to do.
You're right. It's time to finish this. I tracked down the Keychain Killer to the atmosphere building. This will end where it started.
Edward, dear boy, is that you? Come on in. Take a seat.
Well, I guess there's no hiding from him.
Do you like what I've done with the place? Cozy, isn't it? Atmosphere. Building filth and lies.
It's some sort of bioorganic material. It's very viscous and sticky. Like the proverbial cheese, this stanchion stands alone. The fire extinguisher fills about creepy old robot with a globe locked to its head.
Oh, she would never shut her mouth.
There was enough juice left in the extinguisher to freeze the lock. A creepy old robot. The globe she was wearing could be useful, but the lock and the extinguisher have had it. Hey, since you're awake now, would you mind opening that access door for me? Is that a yes? Yeah, that's probably yes. Wow, that's toxinite. That stuff is highly acidic. I don't want to go in. Looks like someone tried to clear the toxinite with the crowbar. That stuff is so toxic it ate up half the... It seems the toxinite has spread everywhere but where... A big sticky ball of steel. Well, I guess that explains why the door was jammed.
Oh no, I may have broken the elevator. What are you going to do now?
Maybe that idea is just above my pay.
Welcome to the end, dear boy.
He's trying to destabilize the reactor and destroy the whole station. Maybe if I can vent the red reactor coils, I can stop this.
Do you really think you can stop me? They ruined my works, so I will annihilate them. I'm creating this place. It's mine to destroy. Oh, dear, clever boy. Did you really think you could puzzle your way out of this one?
Oh, he's toying with me. This isn't going to work. I'll have to face him.
You weren't able to see 52 in its greatest glory. My dream embodied. But at least you can see its end. A grand finale for a grand vision.
Why are you doing this? All the people.
Well, they took the best years of my life to build this place. Then they handed me the keys to the city. Then they ruined everything I created with their filth and narrow minds.
The quakes. You were preparing the station for this moment.
You're a smart boy. Too smart, like Oakley was. I killed him, and now I will kill you. Only one key left, but sorry. Saving that one for myself. Goodbye, Edward Locke.
Every man must confront his past. He can't run from it or hide. The best he can do is face it and try not to flinch. Well, he flinched.